Hello, welcome back to Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. In this episode, we are going to collect a lot of different things that we'll be needing for a large duration of this game. We're going to visit two different islands, pretty much Fire Mountain, Ice Mountain, or Fire Island, Ice Island, whatever the hell they call it. Same thing. In the last episode, we acquired the Fire and Ice arrows. And with those arrows, we are going to enter in those two different areas I just mentioned to acquire items that we need to pretty much enter in the final two dungeons of the game. The first area we're going to go into is right here. Let's go ahead and get my arrows equipped, and as you can see, we got this icy covered island here, and what we need to do is thaw it out a little bit. So let's go ahead and get close. It's really hard to see here while the ice is going on, so just melt it. One fire arrow is all it takes to completely thaw out this island. Unfortunately, it only lasts for 5 minutes, so you better be quick. Now this is really easy. Both of these islands that we will be visiting are actually fairly easy to navigate through. This one is definitely harder than the other one, only because it's on ice, and if you try to move too quickly, then you're definitely going to have a bad time. But we're gonna go ahead and open this chest and get the treasure from there. And just work our way around. Now, as you see, if you like try and roll or run really quickly and then like stop or change direction, Link will definitely begin to slide, and we'll be seeing that more so as we get up here a little bit on these higher levels and when we try and jump across some of these platforms. Now again, you do get 5 minutes to do this, and for some reason kidding me, 5 minutes was not enough time. But yeah, as you see, I'm starting to slide, actually falling down on my butt and gliding down. Almost fell off there, so just kind of go slow, and you have more than enough time to make it, even going very slowly across this. This does get fairly narrow here. That's no problem. Again, just go very slow. If you need to change directions, come to a complete stop, and then just kind of change direction. Don't try and change while on the fly, because you might just slide right off, and that would be no fun. Now we're across the major, I guess, hard part. We just have to jump across some of these things here. Not too hard again. Again, just kind of like stand still and wait. These things move fairly slowly, and once you jump, you generally will not slide off unless you're just like running and being really dumb. So yeah, as you can see, it's not any problem at all. So just go ahead and get on inside. Unfortunately, that's not the end. You got a little bit more to go. Both islands have this area where you get to get inside, and then you it's like I guess the best way to describe it is mini dungeon. Really small dungeon, actually. Not even dungeon's an overstatement of what this is, but for lack of a better word, I suppose. Just going to, whoop, almost fell there. Definitely would advise taking out these keys, as they will be irritating for you when you're trying to keep your balance if they're flying around and smacking you. So take them out if you can. Bow and arrow is a good tool for you. This guy's just gonna, come on, there we go. For this, you're gonna slide your way down. This is very reminiscent of the levels in Super Mario 64 when you're sliding down the slides. I always had a good time with those. They were fun, kind of challenging as you just fall right off the edge and game over. But yeah, it was a good time. Those were a good time. Horrible camera angle, finicky controls, everything you could ever want in a game. That was Super Mario 64. Okay, so now we got this item, which will allow us to get into the next dungeon. This will allow us to get into the second to next dungeon. We're going to complete another dungeon first, but while we're here, I just grabbed them. And I'm going to go ahead and drop down the hole here. The iron boots, as you're familiar with, make you super heavy, so you can just kind of round it into the wind, I suppose, and not be pushed back. Down in this pit, we have some 3 different things we can melt, maybe more, and we just need to defeat all of the enemies inside. So it's not too hard. It's just an extra little level to this area where we can get ourselves some more treasure. Both of these islands that we're visiting has something similar to this as well. I guess not so much the fire one as this ice one does, but whatever. Gonna take all these guys out, slow process. I'm gonna finish off here with this last mob here. I'm gonna go ahead and steal another skull necklace from him. Gonna try and collect a bunch of these. I think we need around 30. It seems to be 20 to 30 seems to be the amount that we need of each of these different kind of I guess assortment of items that these various enemies drop. The knight's crest, the skull necklaces, the golden feathers, all those. There always seems to be around 30 that we need. So I think this is the last guy we have here, this final moblin. So wait for him to get up and kill him some more, beat him up, and that's going to reward us with this treasure chest. What's inside is a surprise. Let's grab this rupee. We're gonna need some rupees here coming up, so definitely make sure you start collecting some. And this is another good way to get some, because we get that 100 rupees there with that orange one. Alright, so that's everything we need here, so we're just gonna exit out. Exit through the light, head towards the light link, and we're now outside. And weirdly enough, the timer has stopped. So I guess something about us freeing those monsters and getting the chest sort of stops the timer. So now I just need to find, where is the boat? Where's the King Red Lions? He's chilling out somewhere. Just gotta find out where. And once we do, we can proceed to the next island. But he's hiding really well from me right now. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to I'm going to return back to the location of the dungeon. Whoops, wrong song. Here we go. Gonna return to Windfall and then head north 1/4 minute, where I can just kind of go ahead and find out what all it is that I need to do. And again, this video combines 3 videos into one for one splendid, fantastic adventure of 30 plus minutes. So it's kind of a longer video, but we get a ton accomplished, and why not? So I'm gonna just ride our way north, and now that we have the iron boots, we can proceed into the temple's I guess main entrance chamber. And as you may notice, if you've been playing this game alongside with me, it was blocked by a large funnel of wind, and we're now able to get through into that, so that's fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and get this treasure here, because as I said, I do want to start collecting rupees, because the Triforce quest is coming up, and it's coming up fast. And I'm really excited to show you guys how different this quest is here in the Wind Waker HD compared to the GameCube original, and I think you guys are going to like the differences. It's quite substantial and streamlined the entire process, so kudos for that. Anyways, we're almost back here at the island. I keep collecting these tingle bottles. I don't really ever do anything with them. I'm going to send some out eventually. I'm just going to spam them with my website address and YouTube channel. You know, be classy. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. So yeah, just need to go ahead and get up here. This thing kind of looks like an Octorok just blowing a ton of wind at us. Silly Octorok, I'm going to kill you, smack him. Now, where was that wind coming from? A statue can't just generate wind by its own unless there's some kind of force behind it where it funnels through the Octorok's mouth and propels it, but I don't see any wind coming from in here, so overall that made 0 sense. Zelda logic, but whatever. We don't really need stuff to make sense. And I'm not complaining, so don't accuse me of it. I'm just pointing out something I find kind of cute. Anyways, we're going to learn the Wind God's aria, and this is the song that we will use to kind of control our old friend Makar later on, who is a descendant of this guy, one of the Kokurai. As I said earlier in the game, the Koroks evolved from the Kokurai. They went from this kid who looks almost just like Link, almost the same outfit. I mean, as you remember in Ocarina of Time, they wore the same outfits. Same color hair, same height, same everything. Just a Kokurai, just a person that never grows up, like a fairy, a kid that has a fairy essentially, and they turned into a leaf body, or like a little grassy, rooty filled body with a leaf face. It's kind of a weird thing. Doesn't really make sense. But before we go and do anything with what we just got, we're going to instead go out and proceed to the second elemental island. Since we have the ice arrows as well, we're going to proceed to do that. The video is going to fade out and fade back in as we proceed, and we're closer to where we need to be. So cool for that. So let's go ahead and get going. We're now going to proceed to the Fire Mountain. It has kind of like a spewing volcano on top, and we'll be seeing that here momentarily. This one's actually easier than the Ice Mountain, or the Ice Cavern, whatever it was, which is good, but the ice one wasn't too challenging, so it's going to be really easy here as well for us, so I guess that's nice. Let's go ahead and talk to our good old friend Fishman. See what he has to say about this island here. Yep. Now, if you don't realize where we're at the southern part of the map by Outset Island. We are heading east a couple of squares to get where we need, essentially. Alright, so that's what we need. 4 squares and blah blah blah. Okay. So yeah, the island with the dungeon is right here, east a couple coordinates from Outset Island. But we're going to proceed to the Fire Mountain now, because Fishman gave us some great advice. And let's see which one's the closest to where we need to be. This way. Before. Come on. Fly faster. As you're on this island, you can actually, I'm going to sail away from it, but you can hear Medley playing and everything, which is a sign that we will be coming to her here soon. And when you're by Forest Haven, you can hear Makar playing his cello or violin, whatever it is. I think it's a cello. Medley's playing her lyre or harp. Here we go. Yeah, this island's right south of Dragon Roost Island, so let's go ahead. I'll feed the fish. Feed the fish, man. And then I'll proceed inside. Now this one we're going to be combating fire with ice, of course. And this one's really easy, actually. Kind of stupidly simple how to do this one comparatively to the last one, where there's actually a little bit of peril from the aspect that you might just fall off or slip and slide right off the edge, but this one doesn't really have that. Thanks, dude. And he tells you if you haven't gotten the fire and ice arrows, he just gave you the coordinates of it, and again you can just fly right in with the Battle of the Gales. So let's go ahead and get some arrows out. And you need to actually shoot it right on top of the plume, I suppose, versus anywhere. So, come on. I find this really, I guess, dumb. When you shoot an enemy with a fire or ice arrow, like they'll freeze for a second with the ice, while on the fire they'll catch on fire, but they won't like disintegrate or anything. But the fire arrow apparently had enough power to thaw an entire island and mountain. Wrong way here. And yeah, the ice arrow had enough power to completely freeze this volcano, but it doesn't have enough power to like outright kill most enemies. It just like freezes them and stuns them. Kind of silly, but whatever. We'll ignore that and just work our way up. This one is a lot more simple to get up than the last one, where all you have to do is just climb and jump across some platforms, where the last one you did have the sliding and jumping across moving platforms in the middle of that little pond. What we're going to do here is trying to find this Korok. Just want to make sure he's not going to attack me as I'm not Korok, Korog, something like that. So I want to make sure he's not going to attack me as I am trying to jump across here. But what I'm going to do, just to be sure, is change the wind direction this way, and then I'm going to use my Deku Leaf to jump across. So got it going. Let's equip that leaf and just jump right on over. That's the best way. I don't know if you need to do that. You might be able to just jump. You might even be able to sidle there. I didn't try, but I think this is the best way. And I like how there's been like pirate boats patrolling with bombs there, and then just now trying to shoot at me. Anyways, this one's really simple, as I said earlier, and all we're going to do is kill a couple of these fire keys, and then jump across these platforms. Let's go ahead and do that. Got some more of these guys. I'm just gonna run past them all, and I'll deal with them later. And then once we're across these platforms, all we have to do is kill these two guys, these Moldorms, I believe they are. Not positive what they call them. They sort of look like a Moldorm, but not really. And yeah, they're really easy to kill. One parry attack will take them both out, and that reveals a treasure chest. So yeah, this one's a lot easier. So we're going to acquire ourselves the power bracelets. They look a little bit different from the other game, but that allows us to go back out. You can jump across, or you can just pick this up and exit. So yeah, really simple. I was thinking there might be another kind of exploration area, but I'm not seeing it. So I guess we'll just proceed outward. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Let's go ahead and snipe this guy down with my arrows. There we go. Hopefully he drops a golden feather, because I haven't really been collecting all too many of those, which I will later on, but let's see. Now he just drops some arrows. I don't need any of that nonsense. Okay, so like the last, after the last island, we're going to now proceed back south to outset and then east one coordinate, and then we're going to pop this baby in, learn this new song, and then we will go and chat it up with our duck-faced friend Medley a little bit, so we can guide her to the temple and start the game's next dungeon. I know it's been quite a while. We've had a lot of videos in between doing these dungeons. That's because there's been a lot of fetching and plot advancement and Forsaken Fortress kind of stuff, gathering the Swift Sail, and just nonsense, missing out on all the good stuff. So going to go ahead and get that here and then we'll proceed. I am not going to show how to get Makar in this video. That will be in another video. So whatevs, and then we will go into the other temples, because I actually haven't gotten Makar yet. Getting too tired for this. 30 minutes of talking about a game play segment that I did a while ago on No Sleep. It's always fun. But yeah, this island, same concept. We're gonna use the island or the item that we just got, and one of these elemental little islands, and proceed on inside. These power bracelets are something special. We just lifted that monstrous stone head. Maybe it was hollow on the inside, and Link's just pretending that he's strong. Maybe it's part of the legend aspect where, like, yeah, this boy could confront anything, nothing stood in his way. He was super strong, kind of got this Hercules complex where no matter what actually happened, they're going to exaggerate. He probably just like moved a log or something out of the way with the help of his friends. But the legend aspect that gets passed down to us now playing the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker says something otherwise. Think about it. That's why it's called the Legend of Zelda, because none of this is real. This is all speculatory and what they think happened, tall tales, blah blah blah, all that jazz. I'm rambling. Okay, so yeah, this sage is a Zora, not seen in this game except for in this dead Zora sagely form, and their descendants are the Ritos, as we explained earlier when we were back on Dragon Roost Island. So these Ritos evolved into Zoras. It makes no sense, and whatever. Yeah, Link looks confounded there. He's like, what are you? Yeah, I like that little wind reference they put there right at the end. They sneak a lot of windly kind of statements in throughout the game. So yeah, we're going to now proceed and find Medley and then enter inside of the dungeon. So mind me just standing here for a second. I was preparing some stuff for the next video and making sure that I have everything that I need. So I will go ahead and proceed here and get going. I tend to like to let the Elgato run for a few seconds before I start playing to make sure that all processes are up and running where they need to be and I don't have myself a ton of lag. Anyways, we're going to return to Dragon Roost Island here, and we can warp right there as we saw earlier. And we're going to go to an area that we haven't been to yet on this island, but it's at the very, very peak of this structure, so we'll be there in just a second. We have to work our way back up to the top where we can get into their actual establishment, their community that's thriving. And there's got to be some kind of shortcut. I just probably haven't done it, and I'm not paying all that much attention. I think I could have just gone up right there instead of going all the way around. Oh well. Yeah. I definitely could use my Deku Leaf and just glide across. But why not go for the old-fashioned way of styling? This way he remembers all the good times he had. I can never sidle. I don't have the balance for that. I would just fall down and hurt myself. So this Link kid, he's something special. But while we're here, we're going to get the mail. And there's actually some things in here that are pretty quest essential. Cash on delivery. This one costs 201 rupees. That's quite expensive. The postage for this must have been insane. But it's the incredible chart. And it's from our good old-fashioned friend Tingle, the best buddy in all the Zelda games. And this is the chart that will allow us to see Triforce charts and shards. So yeah, it's very important. He's already screwing us over rupee wise. He's gonna make us decipher those charts and pay him, and now he's making us pay him just to get the chart. That Tingle dude, we should just stab him and get all of our money back when we're done. But nope. We're the hero, not the bad guy. Thankfully, our sister Errol is gonna help recoup some of that loss with a nice 20 red rupee. So we're only in a hole like 180 now. So as I said, yeah, definitely start collecting some rupees. We will be needing them here momentarily. But what we need to do is just go all the way up to the top, and we're going to go out a way that we haven't been out before, because there really hasn't been any points to go out this way yet. And just head on over to the right where there's this area where you can use your grappling hook and get across. And maybe float with your deku leaf, but just use your grappling hook. It's easier anyways. And Medley's up here one more level. So what we're gonna do here is chat it up with her. Now my problem with this segment is I always get these two songs confused. These 6/4 songs. So I end up playing the wrong one on accident here all the time. But as soon as she's done talking about nothing, like I'm doing, then I'm going to conduct her, and she's gonna get all wet with anticipation. So, you know I'll conduct you, girl. I'm gonna play the wrong song here, actually. Wind God's area. She's not the Wind God, that's Makar. Well, I guess not the other Wind God, but he's the Wind Sage. Let's play another song. Let's play the right song this time. As I said, I always get these songs confused. I'll end up playing them wrong in the temples and everything when I don't mean to. Okay, here we go. The Earth God lyric. Earth God's lyric. I wonder who the Earth God is, because we haven't really seen an Earth God. But anyways, she's gonna chat up. I'm gonna be quiet while she's doing this cool little cutscene here for a second. Okay, so now we're done that boring cutscene. No, it wasn't boring, just kind of melodramatic with her fainting and falling into your arms and never changing the expression on her face as she realizes that she actually has some importance to her life. But we're going to proceed back to the south again, for like the third time here, and going to just go ahead and enter the temple. We only got like a minute left of this, 2 minutes maybe, if even that, and we're just going to enter the temple, and the next couple of videos will be us actually inside of the Earth Temple, which is one of my favorites in the game. It's a little bit longer. Not so much that it's actually a long temple, but more so that they still haven't streamlined the whole process of playing the same song again and again, and not having to watch that animation and go through all that nonsense. So we have to control Medley in this temple, and I'm not going to go into the dynamics of that quite yet. I'll do that in the next video as I'm actually performing with her. And yeah, it's just gonna be a good old-fashioned great time. It's gonna be a party. I like the idea of having a partner in these dungeons. It's a really cool concept. Unfortunately, I don't think they took this far enough at times, and then some of the mechanics still need a little bit of tinkering, I believe. But this is one of my favorite dungeons of the game, in terms of complexity and puzzles. Dragon Roost Cavern is my favorite, and just in regards to like the atmosphere, music, and effects of it all. But this will be one of my favorite puzzle-wise. Anyways, this is pretty much going to conclude it. We're going to watch them play the song, walk into the dungeons. So yeah, I'm just going to wrap things up here. Stay tuned for the next episode where we will go into the Earth Temple. It's going to be a good time. So don't forget to subscribe, like, leave me some feedback, and of course, have yourself a great and lovely day. Bye, everybody.